Hey folks, welcome back to part 2 of manual testing interview question series. Let's begin. What is SDLC? SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. It is actually a process to design, develop, and test high quality softwares. The SDLC assures to provide a high quality software that meets customer expectation, reaches completion within time, and cost estimates. So this is a standard model that will be implemented across the organization. So you might be knowing SDLC has different phases. Also, it has different models such as waterfall model, V model, all these are different models that comes under SDLC. I will leave the link in the description. You can check out all those different types of SDLC models. And let's see what are the different phases of SDLC model. Planning. It is a very first stage. Requirement analysis, designing, implementation, testing, deployment, and maintenance. So these are the different phases or stages of SDLC model. And the second question is, what is exploratory testing? Exploratory testing is an unscripted approach used in software testing where the tester is free to select any possible methodology to test the software. It doesn't require any test cases to be written. Exploratory testing simultaneously tests the functionality and operations of the software while at the same time identifying any functional or technical problem in it. Majorly, when we want to enhance any feature or a part of an application, it is good to perform the exploratory testing. The goal behind exploratory testing is to optimize and improve the software in any way possible. So, the third question is, what is sprint in Agile? Agile projects are broken down into sprints or iterations, which is short, repeatable phases, typically 1 to 4 weeks long. So, basically, it looks like this. Sprint after the plan is done, design, develop, test, everything is done, it will be sent to production, and the next iteration starts, which is the sprint 2. And again, once after all these phases are completed, the phase 3 will start, which is sprint 3. All work necessary to achieve the product goal, including sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review, and sprint retrospective, etc., that will happen within the sprint. All these are basically a start of sprint will start with the planning, and then daily scrum will be a part of each each day. Whatever we have done, we have to update it, so that we will be doing it in daily scrum. Sprint review will be done after the sprint um completion. And also in sprint retrospective, we will discuss about what things went good and what did not go well. Especially in sprint review, we will just review the sprint, how much we were able to achieve, if this much amount of task if we have taken up, how much we were able to complete it. All these will be reviewed as part of sprint planning. Whereas in sprint retrospective, we will discuss about what went well, what did not go well, what are the improvements that we can make in the upcoming sprints. So all this will be discussed as part of sprint retrospective. Within a sprint, planned amount of work has to be completed by the team members. What is usability testing? Usability testing is a way to see how easy to use the application by testing it with the real users. Users are asked to complete tasks typically while they are being observed by a researcher to see where they encounter problems and experience confusion. In case more people encounter similar problems, recommendations will be made to overcome these usability issues. Before some of the user facing application that will be launched, that will be under review with certain customers. They will take review from certain people, certain users. That is where usability testing comes into picture, and they will test how friendly it is, how it is easy to use, or if they are facing any difficult to understand the particular part of application. So that is where they can report it. Once if they feel that this needs to be changed, that they will take that suggestion and they will try to make it as user friendly as possible. That's where usability testing is one phase of testing. Fifth question: what are difference between white box and black box testing? Black box testing and basically the black box testing is a testing that only considers the external behavior of the system. The internal working of the software is not taken into an account. Okay, so it is just an external behavior, whatever application that we use, that is the black box testing. Whatever tests we do on the UI is black box testing. We will just verify the functionality. The white box testing is a method used to test a software considering its internal functioning. It undergoes the review, or it undergoes the testing of the code. It is carried out by the testers. Okay, black box testing. And the white box testing is carried out by the developers. It is basically a functional test of the software, and white box is actually the structural test of the software. It is least time consuming and it is most time consuming. These are the major difference between white box and black box testing. And going ahead, how do you prioritize defect, or what is defect priority? Defect priority defines the order in which the defect needs to be fixed by the developers. Critical. If we log the defect as critical, it is important functionality which is not working and which needs to be addressed immediately. And high. It shows that core functionality fails or the test execution is completely blocked. And this also needs to be resolved as soon as possible. And medium. It shows that important functionality fails, but we do not need to fix it right now, and we have another workaround. Workaround in the sense, suppose a functionality is not behaving properly, but we can choose the another way or another method and bypass that particular defect. So that is where we can log it as a medium defect. Low. Suppose there is an UI related issue that can be fixed later. So all these can be is not important. So it can be fixed later part also. And the seventh question is, what is software requirement specification, or SRS? A software requirement specification is a document that describes what the software will do and how it will be expected to perform. Basically, it is a documentation. An SRS gives you complete picture of your entire project. It provides a single source of information that every team member involved will follow. And what are the different models of SDLC? So as I mentioned initially, I have already made a video on all of these different models, so you can go and watch it. Waterfall model, V model, spiral model, iterative model, incremental model, RAD, which stands for Rapid Application Development, Big Bang model, prototype model. So these are the different types of models which are in SDLC. This is all about part 2. Let's meet in part 3. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.